Okay, let me introduce you to a little bit about what I'm trying to do here. First of all, I'm trying to teach my own system of magic, philosophy, and metaphysics. And what is natural magic? It's the ability to interact with the forces of the world around you, the elements and everything else. Why do I teach it? Because for centuries now, the various religious institutions and those in power have been trying to take away this ability from us, been trying to stop making it so we couldn't use it. First, the religion was there. What they said was that anything that didn't agree with what they believed, it was heresy. And in many instances, they went out and they punished those who practiced what they didn't believe in, or what they wouldn't accept. The Spanish Inquisition was one of the more famous things that they did. Not to mention what they did down in South America. Now, also comes along after that, came along science and physics and the similar ideas. Now, the human body, it's not always the same every time you go to do something. It varies the different times of the day. Whether you're asleep, you're awake, or you're exhausted, you're full of energy. And so it makes it impossible to accurately go and do the same things every time, again and again, especially if you don't know what you're doing or how you're doing it. So therefore, science ends up saying it's a fluke, it doesn't exist, it's not possible. And from science, we get the ideas of philosophy, and psychology rather. And psychology says if it doesn't exist, there must be something wrong with you if you believe in it. And thousands upon thousands of people have been institutionalized because of this. All because they were never taught and they never understood what they were doing or how they were doing it. Now, how do I teach this? First of all, through my system, I teach you how to reconnect with the worlds around you. The elements, per se, as I call them. That's my first book. I call it the Apprentice book. Second, I teach how to explore these powers and abilities in the world around you. I call that the Handbook of the Journeyman. And third, once you get to a certain level, ability levels, other options have become available. I teach you how to deal with those as well in my Master Series. Now, how do I teach it? First, you have the main courses that I just mentioned. They're each divided into, first of all, a set of rules that I use to explain what happens and why it happens further on. And each set of rules builds upon the system before it, the book before it. Then I go and I have different chapters that I've separated from the main book that you can learn at any time, you can study. And through everything I have illustrations and diagrams to go along with them. Eventually I plan on going and doing many of the tests that I describe with illustrations.